Hello, good morning. Your teacher and I have been discussing an assignment that you have about World War II. So I'm going to be sharing with you a few things to help you get started with it and to help make sure that you're conducting your research successfully. So for your research, you're going to be using one of the databases that we have on our Mac and VIA. We have over 30 of them, or we have 30 of them. So the databases contain all kinds of information for us. We can use the databases for research, like what you're doing for your class, but we can also just use databases for our own personal interests and or knowledge. So like I have a really hard time understanding science. Like I just don't get it sometimes. So if there's something about science that I need to understand, then I can go to science here and I can research whatever it is that I need. So like I love to garden, but I don't understand like how plants work or all the things that they need, why they do the things they do. So maybe I can go to the science database and look up things so that I can stop spending all my money on plants when I kill them all. So at our school, we have all kinds of databases that are available to you. But for the assignment that you're going to be doing, you're going to focus on World War II. So we're going to narrow down our databases to the ones that talk about history. So I could maybe choose global issues that might work. There's also US history and world history. But because you're focusing on the United States part of this, we're going to really just use the United States, the US history database. We could use world history, the database, to learn about World War II, but it would give us everything about World War II when really we just need to know that US part of it. So we're going to choose the one that is a little bit more focused for our needs. So the first thing that you need to do is you're going to be choosing a topic to cover. So what I would do is I would go right here where it says browse topics, and this might help you out a little bit. Now this is going to pull up everything about about US history. So it's going to have things from all different kinds of time periods. So it has like the French and Indian War, and then it has, let's see, Bill Gates, that would be now. So we don't need all of this information. Since we're focusing on World War II, that's what we're going to go look for. So we're going to scroll down, and when we find World War II, there's a few things that we can find. Let's see, World War II, the home front, or World War II, American involvement. And we're going to choose that one since we're focusing on the U.S. during World War II. So when we click on this, it's going to pull up all of the resources and content that this database has about the U.S. during World War II. So you can look through this and like I can see the Depression, I can see Franklin D. Roosevelt's Pearl Harbor speech, I can see the economy in World War II. So it's going to give you some ideas of topics that you could research for this project. You can also go up here to the topic finder, and this is going to pull up all these different topics about the U.S. during World War II. So it has this little chart, which is really cool. So the bigger the shape, the more resources that can be found about that topic. So like veterans, it's going to show you have 62 different resources about veterans. If we go to, let's hit reset. There we go. If we go to, let's see, Mike. I don't know who Mike is, but Mike, there are 3 different resources. So the bigger the shape, the more resources that you're going to find. You do need to be careful with this because some of these resources are not really what you're looking for. So like this one up here, Joe Normandy invasion Biden. Well, Joe Biden is our very, recently former president. So all these resources here that talk about Biden are probably not going to be what we're looking for. So just because it's here does not mean that this is a topic that you should choose. So we shouldn't be doing, anything about Joe Biden for this research project. So you can see some different things here. Maybe you want to focus on, D-Day, that's a good topic. So you can click on D-Day, and it's going to pull up all of the resources that this database has for D-Day. So you can look through there to help you choose a topic. Let's see, if I hit reset, it'll go back to all the topics, or maybe, I want to focus on the American soldiers. So if I click on that, it's going to pull up everything about the soldiers during World War II, but it gives me, these other topics that I can choose from. So maybe I really want to focus on African American soldiers. So I could click on that, and then it narrows it down to even more so that I only have 8 resources. So this is going to focus on only those African American resources. All right, now in Destiny, you can also use Destiny to help find a topic. So once you're in Destiny, over here on the left, you have this Web Path Express. You can click on that, and this is going to bring up some different topics for resources. So we're going to go with history. If you hit this plus sign, it's going to bring down, more topics for you. And again, we're focusing on the United States. And then we have all these different time periods in United States history. So we're going to go down here to Great Depression and World War II. And then we're going to click on World War II again. And so here are all these different topics that there might be some resources on dealing with the United States and World War II. Now, I probably wouldn't use Destiny to find my topic, but this might be a good place to start looking at things, maybe to just give you some ideas. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to play around with the database, with the U.S. History database and with Destiny to see if you can find a topic that you might want to research. Maybe talk with some people around you to help you get some ideas. And in a minute, I'm going to help you with the actual searching for your topic. All right, did anybody come up with a topic that you might want to do your research on? All right, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that's a good topic for us to research. So back in the U.S. History database, there are a few different ways that we can search for this. So one is just this basic search. We can type in Pearl Harbor. And when we do that, it's going to pull up all the resources that this database has about Pearl Harbor. So there's 145 different resources. We can also go to the Browse Topics, and we can see if Pearl Harbor is on here. It's not on this one, but maybe you wanted to focus on African Americans in World War II. That topic is there. Or maybe you wanted to focus on the Japanese internment camps. That topic is there. So your topic may or may not be in that Browse Topics part, but you can go there and you can look. You can also go to this advanced search up at the top, and this is going to be a way to help you narrow down those resources. So I can put in Pearl Harbor, but then I can also use my Boolean operators over here to help me really narrow it down. So maybe I want to know about Pearl Harbor and I want to know about the Navy in Pearl Harbor. So this is going to pull up any resource that talks about Pearl Harbor and the Navy. So if I search for that, now I only have 23 references. So instead of that 145, I'm down to 23. So that really helps narrow things down. You also have other Boolean operators. You have or not that you can use. So different ways to narrow things down. There are also special characters that you can use when you are doing your searching. So the different characters do different things for you. Quotation marks will make sure that it is searching for everything that you're typing in together, not separately. So let's see, Tuskegee Airmen. So this is going to make sure that it's searching for everything that says Tuskegee, but it's also going to search for everything that says airmen. So it's those two terms together. So look, there's 18 different references. All right, I can also do my wildcards. That would be my asterisk, my question mark, and my exclamation point. And these things are going to be on the handout that I give you so that you can look and see what each of them actually does. And then there are some words that that it ignores when you search. Now in this database, it does not actually ignore those words. So you don't really need to worry about that. You also, just for your reference, you don't need to worry about capitalization. In this, it's going to search it, just as you want it. So you don't have to capitalize while you're searching. And in Destiny, let's see, if you want to search for something, we're going to go to our library search. We're going to stick with that Pearl Harbor topic. So I could type in Pearl Harbor and search, and it's going to pull up. This only has 23 different resources. Now, what I notice when I pull up these resources, though, is that I have videos, I have nonfiction resources, I have fiction resources. So not all of these are going to be what I really want for my research. So I would suggest that you sort it by the call number. There we go. Okay, and so now most of the informational text that talks about Pearl Harbor, that's going to be in the 940s. So these might be the resources that you want to choose from. There are several different fictional stories, but that's not really going to give you the information that you need. So you probably don't want to look at those. You can also use those Boolean terms, Boolean operators in Destiny. So again, if I wanted to search for Pearl Harbor, I could use that Boolean operator and the Navy. And so now I only have 3 resources. Now one is a DVD, so you might not need that. And one is a fictional story, so that might not be helpful for you either. So this one may be the one resource that gives you the information that you could be looking for. All right, so I'm going to let you get started. I've given you a handout to help remind you of a few of the things that we talked about while doing your research. But if you need any help, please just let me know, and I'll be happy to provide you with whatever assistance I can.